Today we're going to build an entertainment stand. I have a TV in my spare room and I need an entertainment center for it. It's about 10 degrees here in Michigan and I don't feel like going to the store and getting materials. So I'm just going to look around my shop, find some scrap. I know I have some pallet wood here and we're just going to see what we come up with. I ended up finding some 3/4 inch pine boards that were salvaged from old shelves and workbenches that were in my shop before I rebuilt it over the summer. Some were 4 inches in width, some 6 inches. So I took them over to the table saw and ripped them down to 2.5 inches wide. Once I had a good pile of 2.5 inch boards, I cut everything down with the proper length I needed. What I ended up with was 4 legs at 2 feet, 6 rails at 14 inches that will make up the width of the table, and 4 more rails at 4 feet that would make up the length of the table. Once I had all my pieces cut, I essentially made 2 rectangles, connecting them with pocket hole screws and wood glue. Later I would realize that this was a pointless exercise. I was thinking that I would use the pocket hole screws to hide the connections, but in the end it didn't matter since I was going to skin the skeleton with the pallet wood. I should have just made all the connections like I did the center rails. Here's the top of the table and shelf all assembled. In the end, we're going to space the shelf about 14 inches down from the top. Connecting the legs was a pretty easy process. It was just a matter of laying some glue down, pre-drilling and setting screws, and then making sure to check and double check that the legs were relatively square. It was pretty much the same process for connecting the shelf. Here is the structure of the entertainment center. Now that this step is done, I can begin to cut down the pallet wood to 15.5 inches in length to skin the top and the shelf. So I set up my fence with a spacer and cut away, making sure that I had enough pallet wood and also avoiding any nails as well. Skidding was a pretty easy step. It was just a matter of laying down some glue, hitting each board with a couple of finish nails, then lots and lots of sanding, first with 80 grit, then 120. I will save you the footage of me painting this though. There's nothing more boring than watching someone paint. Well, maybe watching paint dry. What I did end up doing is painting all the legs a satin black, then lay down 3 coats of satin polyurethane, making sure to stand in between each coat. This ended up being a good project. I was able to get rid of a bunch of scrap that was sitting around in my garage and make a useful entertainment center for my spare room.